Up as here guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. His first carry, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 8 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Let's go. Let's go. 15.
From the gun, here's Smith. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. J.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's the Chiefs punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Taken in at the 22. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Third and 2, now Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, Tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he gets this away. Look at this. This is a good one. And now here comes Kansas City. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 1st and 10, Smith. On the left side, Gallup's got it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Here's Hines. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Smith on first down. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Set. Black 20.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
After the interception, here's Smith. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. In for the score. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Raekwon McMillan in there to sack him for a loss of 6. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Beat these 2.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Smith and the Chiefs now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 46 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Hines. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, on.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Flushed out right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, it gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
On 3rd down. It's Hines. Uses the spin. And now running right through it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
I said,
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
let's go.
They run with Hines. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss.
15, yeah.
3rd and long, it's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Michael Kendricks able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
I know a lot of coaches like the toss play because they think it can be a real momentum shifter. Get the ball to that back who can get to the corner and turn it upfield. And on this play, that's exactly what they got, including a first down.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. First red zone opportunity now for the Jets. 1st and 10 at the 19. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And Matthews has it right side. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Being chased out left. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now the Jets will call on a field goal unit here. And his kick is indeed good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on. Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half. Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game, for here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series. On 1st down, it's Smith. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. On 1st down, Smith. Smith catches left side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Smith. Escaping the pressure right. Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And this one is right through. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3.
It's It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is a do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And this one is right down the middle. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ndamukong Suh coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. So the sack of Smith, and now the Chiefs coming up facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Smith. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Liz. Let's go. 15.
From the gun, Smith. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. As he'll... And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah. Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Set. 180. Show that bench release and go.
Here's Roethlisberger. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Jets on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Set. 230. Go.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Smith and the Chiefs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Throw right side taken in by Gallup. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go. 15.
Smith now on 1st down. Well, it's caught on the right side of Smith. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st and 10, Smith. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got a lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Good blitz. Orange.
2nd and 10, Smith again. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And Charles, the defender, was there. He just didn't get it.
Sometimes these plays turn into basketball in a sense. With 2 guys going up for the football, which guy's going to box the other away from it and grab it?
Yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's just the will to get it, right?
Oh, without a doubt. The will, as well as some really nice touch on the ball that was thrown.
And some talent, too. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. To give him a gain of 37. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Roethlisberger will throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. In for the score. And the Jets have made this a 1-score game. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the goal line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, But with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Smith on first down. Oh, the spin on the left side. Gallup's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Smith. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This is Hines. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They run again with Hines, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Smith. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And they'll run it here. Wasn't a ton of space, but a great move. He's able to work it to the 20-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Hines on the toss play. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Kansas City, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss drops them back to 4-3. Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Go with the ground attack here. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Rivers now on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A first down throw here for Rivers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's caught left side by Jake Buck. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Operating from the gun, Webster. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct, and what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now. But later, when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Second down, Rivers. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field.
Gone!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Complete out right to Jake Butt. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question. Are they at the stage where they...
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
I have to admit I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Webster. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dust.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today,
back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
3-19! 3-19! Gun!
From the gun, Webster. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
no gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw on 2nd down, Webster. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. On 3rd down, Webster. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown, Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now a second down throw for Rivers. And his pass incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and it's third down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Flush to his right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. First down. Webster. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing on first down. Webster. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field. And they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Gun! 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 Leopard! Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jake Butt with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6.
The defense is going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 14-10. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Set! Delta!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers. Complete to Newsom. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Rivers. Hard throw, incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Oh, now Kaiser, the punter, sending it away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Second and 9 now from the 21. To throw on 2nd down. Webster. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
To throw on third down. Webster. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rivers. And he'll go down at the 28. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things.
Ready. Delta. Shoot.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Hey, go orange. Set. 380. 89.
Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, Rocket.
Rivers again. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Providing a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. So we're at halftime, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because Now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Webster. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Webster, open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Off play action. Webster letting one go deep for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
319. 319. Detroit! Detroit!
To throw on 3rd down. Webster looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line. Made them kick the field goal for the offense. 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
But they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
To throw on second down. Rivers. The kidder here is complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Here we go.
And they'll go on the ground. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Looking to throw on second down. Rivers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Chargers on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Operating from the gun, Rivers. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Sturgis for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Denver. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Here's Jones. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Rivers on 1st down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separate. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Steps away to his left. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Load it! Load it!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, Rivers, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if
and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Sturgis adds the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. To throw on second down, Webster. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle. Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations. On third down, Webster. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hurry up!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Throwing, Rivers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Drew Kaiser now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Webster. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Webster over the middle. He's got Deshaun Hamilton. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Give him 30 yards there. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Webster. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there.
Gun!
To throw on 3rd down, Webster. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 26. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Chargers in good field position to start out, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one.
Now, that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for our visitors, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh.